Today we're doing grading. All right, so check this out. You know, there's teaching and then there's grading. So these are two different things, and grading is not that much fun, but I try to make it the most fun I can. Basically, we have this program called Google Classroom. It's part of the Google Suite. And as you can see here, and there's this one right down here. And then what you do is you can put your assignments here. See, I can create assignments right here, and I'll just go to an assignment that I already have that I'm in the middle of grading. This one right here, and I call it the before and after photos. So what you do is you click on there, and you can grade and you can check on assignments. And if you click on this student right here, and then you click there, see I already clicked it, so it's up here. And what you get is a Google Doc with all the photos and all the descriptions of their work. And this was a soldering project, and we'll just go through it. As you can see, this is them setting up the helping hands. So basically what they had to do was they take wire, they had to strip the wire, then they had to twist the wire together, then they had to put the flux on, then heat up the iron in a safe way. Then they had to use the solder to heat the wire and put the solder on. So it's a soldering project, all right? But what's cool about it is that every time they set up, we only have about 40 minutes per period, and every time they set up, they have to take a before photo and an after photo. So that's what they're doing here, is they're documenting. So to give you an example, this would be the before. That was my drawing example to them. This is the circuit, and these are all the symbols. And then the next thing is they're cutting the wire, and this is all the objects that they had on the table. And then this is on Tuesday. I described, the option of using a crimp, which I think we skipped over, and we went straight for solder. But anyway, this is them stripping the wire. So that's on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, this is the helping hands, and they're getting ready to put the wires together there. And then this is them setting up, right? And let's see, Thursday, let's see, okay, it was kind of crowded, so there wasn't too much opportunity to solder. So this is them putting it together. And then I guess by Friday, they put the flux on and they soldered it. Now it's not a perfect solder, but this is the process. So it's before and after photos. And don't forget, there's a lot of people in the class. So it's a fun project. It's very simple. There was only maybe one or two people that have done soldering before. They did some soldering on copper pipes with their father, maybe. If their parents are plumbers or something like that. But nobody had done electrical. So pretty cool. So the kids got to do that, and now they have the evidence of what they did, and then they're going to put this in a blog later. So the next assignment would be to take everything they did from from October, and put that in a blog which they can publish. So this is private just to me, the teacher, but then they're going to use these photos in the future, part of their portfolio. So I don't know if you know, but MIT and all of the top schools are now looking for portfolios. They don't want to just see test scores. Test scores, that's great, but the test scores don't really show the story of how you learned what you're going to learn. Okay, so obviously soldering is a very simple thing, but it leads to more things. So we're going to add up all these little skills, and then we're going to make something. So this project is going to be a flashlight. All right, so thanks for tuning in. That's how a teacher does grading. Let me show you the process just to go over it one more time. Basically, you have your Google Classroom, and then you have your actual assignments, and then you can actually put a grade in over here. So you would type in the grade, and it's out of a certain amount of points. And then you got to, that's just for Google Classroom. Then you got to transfer that grade over to the official, what they call Power School. This is how they print out the report cards. But I could see Google in the future doing a report card program. The problem is you can't make report cards from this. You could just run classes. So but this one is part of a schedule program. So this is a product that the school buys. So we have two products, but one of them, Google Classroom has, you know, the day-to-day management of it, and then the Power School has, or Power Teacher has, the report card management. All right, so basically that's it on Mr. G. That's how to grade, or how I do it, right? And then, you know, we also can throw in quizzes and tests and whatnot. But mostly it's a hands-on class, so I need the evidence. So that's why I do the before photo and the after photo. If you're watching at home and you're a student and you're not one of my students, do yourself a favor. Start taking before photos and after photos of all your work. Maybe make small videos, because people are going to ask for this for the evidence. And then if you are one of my students, you already know this process. If you're a guidance counselor, this should be required, I think, of all the hands-on classes. And you should start encouraging students to make a portfolio. Otherwise, what have they done? You know, how do you know what a person has done in their high school career besides the grades? And grades are like, they're just a digital form of a person. It's zeros and ones, it's numbers, right? And people are more than numbers, and we know that. So the test scores don't really show the full picture. That's why maybe you need some evidence of what they did. And then if you're a parent, if I were you, I understand that the pressure's on for the colleges, but think about the hands-on classes, because the colleges are now asking for the hands-on classes. It's a reinforcement. It's an application of what you're learning. You know, if a student is just book smart, there's a limited amount of jobs or opportunities available. People using their hands and their brains together, you know, is really where the magic happens. And that's the advantage we have over computers and animals, is that we're creative and we can make things. Opposable thumbs, right? So anyway, seems obvious, but not so obvious, because I think generally the emphasis is on test scores, but test scores are not the whole picture. That's just part of the picture. So anyway, that's it. That's my grading overview, and also my advice to students, parents, teachers, guidance counselors. Think about it's called a maker portfolio. You can use Google Blogger, you can use Google Classroom. Any way you get it done, that's the way to go. All right, if you got any questions, let me know, please. All right, I'm Mr. G. All right, see you later.